Good morning, Western Slope. Happy Monday. I'm Dalen Brazelton. Let's talk about your weather. Folks, Christmas is coming up and it is welcoming in some incredibly warm temperatures. Not only are we seeing record-breaking conditions, folks, this record is expected to be shattered today. It's going to be an interesting one to be sure, as we are seeing temperatures expected to hit the 60s despite the fact that winter is now officially technically here. Well, we're not really seeing any of those winter-like conditions. Rain expected for Christmas Day itself as an example. And that's only a taste of what you can expect this week for the weather. Overall, we're seeing some clear conditions for today. A lot of that moisture track from atmospheric rivers kind of concentrated to the Pacific Northwest. And then that polar jet stream almost completely in Canada right now is that subtropical jet stream actually sitting in the middle of Wyoming. So what that means for us is things are going to stay warm and maintain that for a while. Right now, we're waking up to 42 degrees in Grand Junction. Montrose Delta in those mid-30s with Paonia, Nucla, and Glade Park all in that mid to low 40-degree range. What we do know is even if we're a little all over the place this morning with those temperatures, we are significantly above average, nowhere in our immediate forecasting range, even seeing below freezing temperatures this early in the morning. We'll get a little closer to that around 7 o'clock as temperatures expected to decrease ever so slightly, but then we balloon out to some very warm temperatures, only hanging out in the 40s for 2 hours, and then those 50s heading our way a little after 10 o'clock, and then 60 degrees around 1 p.m. So we can expect those 60s all afternoon long, and just a little bit of cloud coverage for these early morning hours, and then things kind of clearing off from there, but the cloud coverage not completely dissipating throughout the day. For that Cozy Cat forecast this Christmas week, we got Lana hanging out with us, and it's going to be a lovely morning to stay inside and hang out with your cat a little bit longer today. Partly cloudy skies for the morning and before things clear up. The big story, though, is going to be those wind speeds. 10 miles an hour expected for Grand Junction this morning before things kind of start to dissipate around that noon hour. Not seeing freezing conditions, though. The coolest we're seeing is 34 degrees at 7 a.m. before things really start to warm up. Nearly 60 degrees by 1 p.m. Now, this is the slide that I've been scared to talk about, folks. Typically, around this time of year, we see 37 degrees. That's not really the case today. 62 is what we're expecting. It's not quite doubling it, but let me tell you, it's getting pretty close. And if we get even remotely near that, we will be shattering the record that was set 15 years ago when we saw 54 degrees. And this is going to make that look like chump change. Same goes for the overnight lows. 36 degrees, nowhere near those 17s that we're used to, and definitely nowhere near that 16 below from 25 years ago. Widespread above average temperatures around the United States is the story of the day, especially as, like we mentioned, that subtropical jet stream pushes above us. That's keeping this warm air down here, and a high pressure system is also keeping things nice and dry. And then things, as that starts to push to the east, that's going to start advecting even more warm air into the region. So tomorrow we'll be seeing those low 60s as well. The wind gusts, though, for this area, that's going to be close to 15 to 20 miles an hour for the morning in Grand Junction before things kind of start to dissipate. So while we're not seeing anything like a red flag warning, we are definitely seeing all the conditions that could generate it if things were to be a little bit worse. But things seem to be a little bit more mild over here at the very least compared to the front range. As we look ahead to that Discovery Auto Group 7-day forecast, low 60s expected for today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. That's Christmas Eve, folks. Thursday, Christmas Day, seeing rain and thunderstorms. 80% chance for that in Grand Junction. Montrose, slightly, well, actually about the same for today, and then slightly cooler from there. 90% chance of rain and thunderstorms on Christmas, and then a little bit some snow potential afterwards.